the other little thing that was in one of these documents that nobody's talking about. Hello, China tested a hypersonic medium range ballistic missile. And so that's why, by the way, I never watch the news anymore. You know, I like Fox News. I used to watch them all. I used to watch Fox. First, I'd watch Fox for a while, and then I'd watch, you know, CNN, and then I'd watch the communist station, MSNBC, right? Okay.
Get a little dose of everything.
You get a little dose of, you know, me and you know, Rachel Maddow are like this, right? You can't see that on radio, but I'm crossing my fingers. We're like this. So, but it's gotten to the point where I can't watch any of it anymore. Yeah. You know what? It's sort of the way I look at the government. I don't want the government to give me, you know, fish. Give me a fishing pole. I'm going to get my own fish. It's the same thing with news. I'm going to look at the different sources. I'm certainly going to check where it comes from. And obviously I'm going to weight it more from some sources than from other ones. But China, you know, and again, you know, we spent a whole lot of time on China in other segments and prior shows, but the whole China issue, China has tested a mid-range, right? I think it was like 2,000 kilometer, a mid-range hypersonic missile, which is 5 times the speed of sound, and that we really can't track it. And so, okay, the Pentagon, and by the way, the Pentagon papers were really Daniel Ellsberg back in the Nixon days, but this is sort of like Pentagon Papers Redux or Pentagon Papers 2. Yeah. But where's the coverage of the Chinese hypersonic missile test?
They don't want to talk about any of that. They don't want to talk about it appears like homeboy over in Ukraine has embezzled 400 million of the funds that we've sent over. They don't want to talk about China planning to give support and weapons to Russia. What else? They're not, the press isn't covering any of it, which is really shocking. And most importantly, the fact that the Biden administration has been lying to the American people. I think that's one of the things that you touched on that is so important. They are actively lying and justifying spending billions and billions of dollars on an unwinnable war. And, you know, just as we, you know, clumsily fall out of Afghanistan and just let that country fall into absolute chaos, Marines dying and the whole bit, you're now in a new unwinnable war in Asia. And it's contributing to our former allies, good or bad, people like Saudi Arabia talking about getting into business with China and Russia instead of us. And so, you know, if there was a vote today for America's worst president in history, Biden has to be right up at the top with people like Jimmy Carter and some other folks, because good golly. How much worse can it get? This is what I said at the beginning of the show.
Were you just at a loss for words for a moment?
Never speechless.
Wait a minute. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, whatever, on a Thursday at whatever time it is in whatever part of the country you're listening to, whatever, you know, write this day down. Ericka was at a loss for words. And you do know that, and I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to go there. You do know that Ukraine is not in Asia.
Russia is. China is.
Parts are, touche. Okay. I stand corrected.
So we are in another land war again in Europe, Asia, whatever. It's just like, none of this is going to go well. None of this is going to go well. And I personally, I'm a person who thinks Julian Assange should have been pardoned. I think that the fact that
I think President they would prefer him pardoned. Usually his like head from his neck.
Exactly.
If they had their way, they would want him parted and not pardoned. I just had to put that out there. So,
and I personally think that was one of the biggest failures of the Trump presidency. I am so anti-government. I had this conversation with somebody today. It was really funny. They said, Ericka, you're so anti-government, but you ran for Congress. And I was like, That's why I ran for Congress. I want to fix it because as of right now, everybody needs. We're in a hot war with Russia that is unconstitutional. It's illegal. The Congress
Good
did
point.
not authorize war. So, is this war crime territory? Oh my God! I'm gonna
Well,
get.
wait,
I'm gonna
wait a
get.
minute.
Oh,
Wait, okay,
oh.
wait. I know we pushed your button, your hot button, or hot buttons, because I know you
Mm,
have several. But
mm.
on this one, the whole. I get it. But when's the last time that Congress approved of a war?
Oh yeah, this has been. So I'm trying to
Come on,
remember. I don't remember. It was like 20 years ago, wasn't it? Like
they
they,
didn't approve a
they.
war. They didn't approve
No,
a
it was.
war.
Wait, was it Iraq or something? Now I'm trying to
They
remember.
didn't
I
approve
can't
that one
remember.
either.
It's been that long.